Radio.com. Take over. Last mission. Final boss mode.
But we did have another movie that I definitely enjoyed because it brought me back.
I had fun with this one.
Yeah.
Thank
you guys.
Yeah, and this one, this was the one LB was the one that recommended because when he mentioned Nicolas Cage, I'm like, Nicolas Cage, like this dude hasn't been. I mean, if you know Nicolas Cage, he has a lot of tax problems. So he does a lot of straight to TV, straight to what people are movies, anything except straight to the theater type movies.
Yeah.
But the thing is, it's like he has his own lane with it now. Like he does these cult, like classic type of underground horror movies. Like I'm just saying, in recent times he had one called Mandy. He had another one where he's like in a house.
Honestly, I feel like this kind of stuff is like Nicolas Cage's gift to small filmmakers. Just like throwing them a bone, like just make your shit up. It doesn't matter how weird it is, and you can get an Oscar-winning actor to do some funky stuff for you.
Yeah. But the thing is, it works. For some reason, it works. Like he picks out good scripts, good plots.
Yeah, and I don't even like Nicolas Cage. Honestly, I cringe whenever I have to watch a Nicolas Cage movie. So that was the first thing I thought when I had to watch this. Oh, Nicolas Cage. And then this was probably the best thing I liked about it was he didn't say a damn thing in that movie, so it worked. Did I hear one word from him? Because when he opens his mouth, I cringe. So a Nicolas Cage movie where he doesn't have to say and do Nicolas Cage things, I can stomach this.
Yeah, and then of course, in the movie that we're talking about, obviously, is Willy's Wonderland. Just to make sure we put that out there.
Yeah, it came out February 13th, I believe.
Yeah.
So at the same time as Wrong Turn, like.
Yeah. But I mean, I definitely had some stuff to say about this. This was, oh my gosh. There's a lot to say about this movie. It was nonsensical. It was cheaply made. It was really, really stupid and ridiculous. And it didn't take itself seriously at all. But you know what? I like that. I like that type of horror.
Yeah.
You know what?
That cheap though, it didn't take a lot, but it didn't look cheap to me.
You know what movie this reminds me of? This movie reminds me of Killer Clowns from Outer Space.
Yes. Yeah. Agreed.
That's a classic.
That 80s horror, it's corny, it's corny to a lot of people that didn't watch those type of 80s flicks. But yes, if you didn't grow up with it, it's corny, but it's fun. I enjoy those movies because it's refreshing. I like those type of movies that they're kind of corny and they don't take themselves serious, but they're straight to the point.
Yeah, it's entertainment and the acting wasn't bad. Like the chemistry, the movie progressed, and the story actually had some depth to it.
It did.
It was a little cartoony at times. That was probably my only real but it was one of those things. Okay, do you want to be cartoony? Do you want to be violent? It was it kind of, at times it didn't know what it wanted to be, but the cartoony stuff aside, it worked.
Yeah, it never went too far left or right.
Yeah, they reeled it back in afterwards.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, even though some of the stuff in there, was morbid, the fucking, I was the backstory, how that whole thing, came to pass or whatever, that shit was kind of morbid, families are getting killed, kids were getting killed and shit like that.
We didn't even set up what the movie's about, so hold on, let's rewind it a little bit. Basically, the movie's about a hitchhiker that gets not a hitchhiker, a guy, Nicolas Cage, gets stuck out there in this little bullshit ass town that has a Chuck E. Cheese type of themed.
Yep.
And basically, everybody's in on it. You get stuck out there, and the mechanic and the owner make a deal with you. If you can stay in the restaurant and clean it up overnight, you know, they'll come back with your car all fixed and whatever, and you know, you could go home.
Now, if anybody's familiar with games, you might have gotten this concept, especially with cell phone games, because there's an app that this was based off of. And if you've ever played the game Five Nights at Freddy's, this was it.
Oh, you took it back.
Yeah. So now the gag is you got some demonic animatronics in the
restaurant.
In the restaurant, that when you're working, you know, they come to life and they try to kill you. And they all do it, I think, one at a time, like the whole night, one after the other.
Yep, and it doesn't matter. They'll just try to get at you, and that's what we were talking about before. In terms with regards to the backstory, like how they actually became to be, you know, because the place, Willy's Wonderland, was owned by a serial killer, you know, and he had like partners that were kind of like cannibals and shit, and they murdered people just for whatever, for shits and giggles. You know, and then when they were discovered, you know, I guess they transferred their souls or whatever into those animatronics.
Child's Play, Chucky.
Yeah. Hence why we had the killer animatronics. You know, but you
know, that was creative. Like
it really was. And I think that, and plus with me, because as LB mentioned, Chuck E. Cheese, like, as you know, when I was in high school, I worked at one. You know, so just watching this shit kind of like, you know, brought back some memories of this shit, like how creepy that shit is, like being at that restaurant, like when it's closing time and you're in that area, you see them damn puppets with their big ass eyes and shit, you know, just be staring at something, and it's kind of creepy. So I was like, yo, like this is really taking me back to with all this. You know, except, you know, obviously, you know, in real life, you know, I wasn't attacked by no damn puppets. You know, but you know, that's it. But that's why I appreciated the whole ambiance nonetheless. So yeah, it was pure fuckery though. When Nicolas Cage, you know, he don't say not a goddamn word in that shit. You know, and he takes this break, you know, drinking soda and shit, and then bam, he gets attacked by one of these things.
And you playing the pinball, like it has its little quirks, and it might be cheesy, corny, but it works. Like it just works. Like it flows. Like even the animatronics, like the characters. Mm-hmm. You know, you got the gorilla one, and the way he's fighting them. Like if you ever, like, you know, as a kid, you beat up your little brother or little sister, stuffed animals, and they're like, stop, and you're like, man, fuck this shit, and you kick them down the stairs. You know, shit like that. Like he just beating them up, and it's funny, but it's like, damn, he's really like uppercutting these shits, and
yeah, he's really fucking them up, like all types of shit. I was like, damn, you know, the animatronics and shit, you know. And the funny thing is too is like he's hitting these things, and like the animatronics, they're not. It's not like they even feel pain or anything like that too. Like they're just he's just beating on these shits, and then only until he pulls their jaws apart or whatever. I was like, yo, I was like, why is he beating on them? I mean, I know they're killing him, but damn, like, you know, part of me is like, yo, those animatronics should be saying like ouch or some shit like that, but they're not.
But it looks on their faces because you see their eyes be going up and down. And,
yeah.
Honestly, it makes me think of the damn the cartoon with Prolific, like how all the eyes be moving and shit.
Yeah. Shout out to Prolific.
Punching the face, damn weasels, like but yeah, I thought the movie was dope as fuck. Like it was just funny, like just mad enjoyable. It didn't take itself too seriously, but serious enough. The deaths were satisfying.
Definitely no agenda.
Yeah.
And that whole video game where, you know, it's like you're progressing through the story, through the levels, you know, you know, one animal creature after the other. Motherfucker got the tongue come out.
Yeah. And truthfully, I didn't even mind the kids like being the other like the sub characters in the movie. Yeah, they provide some of the fuckery in there. They entertain me.
Oh, that fake ass Chris Brown.
Yeah.
Yo, yeah, be cracking up.
But it was just a really enjoyable movie. I mean, the fuckery of it, even the ending too. Although the ending was kind of cheesy as well. I was hoping for a little bit more of a payback, but sometimes beggars can't be choosers. But at least it did wrap it up.
Yeah, I felt like it wasn't a Netflix ending. I give it that.
Right.
Like, because he was on some badass shit and he completed it and was on point. Netflix would have found some way to have it fade out when he's Willy or some shit.
Yep.
And it's like Nicolas Cage would have had like a chainsaw or something, and it would have faded out. He'd be like, damn, like they didn't know what to do, how to end this. He completed this shit. So what you think about this time? Did I do good with the movie selection, or was it more like the platform?
No, I mean, the platform. Like I said, I enjoyed the platform. It was just a disgusting.
I enjoyed the platform too. The hell, I love that.
Yeah,
because y'all be get disgusted and shit. So I be making sure.
Well, nigga, because we watched that shit in the morning, and you were like, "Why you watch movies so early in the morning?" Remember we had this conversation, nigga?
Remember, I ate while I seen the movie. Y'all niggas ate and was like, "Oh."
yeah, because the niggas were savages, bro.
I guess that's why I'm like, oh damn, like if you can't eat no pork chop sandwich while watching people go through this shit, then you ain't no real nigga. Like, nah, you just...
Yo, you stupid, yo. But no, you did a good job with these movies though, because like I said, Willy's Wonder, I never realized how much of a buzz it had until I started, just searching for it and actually seeing people. Actually, I was like, people are really giving this shit its props. I was like, I clearly must get on this wave or some shit. Clearly, I'm missing something. So I was like, yeah, I'm not mad at it. Like it was good that I caught this movie, man. Like I said, it was a really entertaining movie, and it took me back. Like if I'd have to give it, I'd give it a strong 8, bro. Like
same.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, like I said, I mean, it was cheesy, but it was well made cheesy. If that makes any sense.
Yeah.
No, of course. That pinball scene was my favorite scene. Like I was dying with that shit.
Yeah, no. I would fully recommend. I tell people to watch it. Or except my woman. See, my lady doesn't like the B or C level type of movies. Like she doesn't like any type of those horror movies, like those cheesy horror movies. But if you're a fan of cheesy horror movies like that, some of them with the occasional grime or gore or whatever and no agenda, this is the one for you.
Yeah, we had to switch it up on.
Yeah, indie shit.
Like the DC animated movies, finally gave people some real motion pictures. We haven't had a good martial art movie to review in a while, though.
Yeah, the last one we did was Extraction. Well, that was somewhat martial arts.
Nah, I'm talking about like a real, the last one was like Yip Man 4.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that one
was fucking classic.
Yeah, and that's another thing. It seems like people are afraid to to put out some real rated R shit, like where niggas just have to solve their problems with their hands and their feet and some weapons, nigga.
It's actually more like an action movie. We'll get another action one when they come out, but I'm feeling for like a good fighting. I guess because boxing been decent.
Yeah, and I believe obviously, well, there is one. I mean, I don't know if we want to go into our reactions on that now, or we can do that later. You know, that kind
Yeah,
of.
yeah. You know, we actually can because we kind of feeling for it. So
Yeah. You know what? Yeah, we'll fuck it. We'll go into our reaction on this.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
before we do that, then we gotta wrap it up. So
yeah, definitely recommend Willy's Wonderland. Came out recently. We all give it an 8 out of 10.
mm-hmm.
So, which is above average. That means it's a dope movie. You know.
Right.
Definitely recommend it. It's funny. You know, the acting's good. It's well done, professional grade A cheese.
Yeah. And that's real talk. Yeah.
But there has been a drought for like good violent martial art movies, and you can see that we haven't been reviewing any in a while. You know, we up here saying get man for it.
Yeah.
So earlier this year.